This amateur photographer has actually got the camera. We are going to talk a little bit about this car. I'm Rusty Chang.
Hi, I'm Sylvia.
So I've had this car longer than I've had my wheels.
That's right.
So
He had the car since 1977.
Wow.
And he's only had me since 1985.
Wow.
I
Wow.
bought this car off the showroom back in '77, and kind of on a, I wouldn't say on a whim, but I'd ordered the car from Pontiac directly to the factory. Didn't get what I wanted onto the options. I was upset. I canceled my order, and they were really upset. So they said, "We got one in this showroom. Come take a look at this." And this is how we ended up with this car.
But actually, I met Rusty in 1983, and he let me drive the car all the way to Atlanta because I was flying to Germany with my mom. He let me borrow the car, so.
Wow, his
I
baby.
can't believe he did that.
Trusted.
Before we were married.
Yeah, wow.
So here we are. This is a 305 originally Chevy engine, and of course, after the years, it began to die a slow death after 160,000 miles. We decided to drop a 350 corporate gen motor in there, which is what it's got right now. So it's not like it's roaring with horsepower, but by dropping in the 350, I get better mileage per gallon and more horsepower. I only had 140, now I've got 240.
But this was after every 100,000 miles, the first engine, the 305, was rebuilt. First time at 100,000, the second time at 200,000.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like the old engines were, they weren't very reliable, and they were spewing oil with all kinds of issues.
And so, from my understanding, you have a log. I've actually seen this log, right? That's every part you've ever bought for the car, every time you've gassed up.
Yes. So, yes, that's pretty much it. We have a log. My dad started me on this for all the cars we ever owned. So I have a log of every drop of gas, every drop of oil, every hydraulic.
Wow.
We filled in here.
Wow.
Every screw, nut, and bolt that was replaced in this car. So when you add it all up, it tells you how much I spent in the car. I think at one time I checked it was $36,000 for all the gas, all of this, all of that, figures back. Now after Josh here, it's going to be way worse.
That's right. We're trying to multiply that number.
Yes.
And so the original intent for this was it's got 285,000 or something right now. I really had intended to get rid of it at 60,000 because cars just don't last that long, right? Then I really discovered that the truth about cars in life is that you just got to spend the money to take care of them. So all my buddies who have bought BMWs and Saabs and Volvos and all that back in the same time in '77, they're all in the junkyard right now. And of course this one's still running, so here it is.
Yeah.
Kind of a girly looking car, but you know, I got talked into it.
Just really well taken
When
care
I
of.
met Rusty, it was already white because somebody had run into him in Pensacola, Florida, and he had to have it repainted.
Oh, they just grazed it.
Yeah, but he still had to have it repainted, and he had it repainted white. So I only knew it as a white car.
And then,
This was in 1983.
so tell us a little bit about the infamous wave.
So the wave, well, here we are driving down Padre Island in Corpus Christi, and I'm driving my buddy here. We were both going through flight training at the time. Since I'm a Navy pilot, we're both jet pilots. And we do these stupid things when we're young. We drive in and out of the waves or in and out of the sand because that you're allowed to. And I wasn't paying attention. Both windows were open. I've been kind of avoiding all the waves. I'm looking at my buddy. Next thing I know, I get hit on the side of my left side of my head. This huge wave and just constantly knocks me out for a second. Really surprised me. And then it hits him in the head. Goes out the window over here. Of course, now I've got 3 inches of seawater in my car, of which I was too ignorant to realize that I could just pull the plug on the bottom and drain this thing later on. I took a sponge and I sponged it all out, which of course just left the salt in there. And along with the salt that was all along the post and everything else. And so for years, I had it redone to try to get all that salt and the rust in the post area out, but never really did. Until I finally decided to do this restoration, and then Josh did his magic. Dug it all out. And so that's what happened to the infamous wave. And so there we are. And the rest, from what I was told, is not terribly bad because the car's been garaged all these years.
Yeah, just so well taken care of. And even down to all the little details that have been paid attention to over the years, made the restoration really just a joy. Because one of the things for me is finding owners that just love their car. And, at this point where it's coming back together, everything's getting reassembled, is just so exciting, really, for everybody that was involved in the project, but especially to see you guys light up. Seeing it like brand new means a lot.
And truly, I mean, we are really just too cheap to get rid of cars. That's really it. And again, the intent to get rid of it 65,000 miles was truly because the thought process, the cars just didn't last that long back then.
Yeah.
Why deal with the
Yeah, or 10 years.